Yes, gang, I am back with another video, and in today's video I'm coming back showing my face. I've been having a lot of difficulties, so I'm just deciding to kind of, switch it out on videos, not videos, just voiceovers. Bear with me, y'all. I'm just going through it with different changes. Nonetheless, I am back. And today I want to talk about a topic. I've been speaking on this topic with God, and He's just been revealing so much to me. And basically the topic is why it is that a lot of people, they want a good thing, right? But they don't know how to, they always self-sabotage it, right? They always ruin a good thing, right? And a lot of people in our lives have asked for someone who's real, right? For someone who just brings that realness, someone who brings that light, someone who speaks into people, speaks life into people. A lot of us have been that type of person, right? A lot of us have been the person to be there for somebody, the person that person has been praying for or just wanting deep inside, right? But it seems to be a lot of people self-sabotage that, and they take it for granted in a sense. And I was really asking God, why do people do this? Why do people ask for people who are real and ask for people who are genuine and bring things to the table, right? God was telling me, because a good thing comes through me. So let's break that down, right? A good thing comes from God. He gave me a simple answer. A lot of people are not in me. A lot of people don't have a relationship with me. So, they're basically blindsided. They have specks in their eyes as to where they can only see what they can see, what they're used to, which is darkness. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are not healed. A lot of people are still in their traumas. A lot of people are broken. A lot of people have not come to me. You get what I'm saying? This is what God was telling me. The reason people self-sabotage and they say, I want a good thing. Oh, this, that, and the third. I want someone who's real, who's genuine, who doesn't lie, who's honest with me, who keeps it real with me, who does this for me, who loves me like this or like that, who loves me for who I am, and then they self-sabotage it. It's because people are not in God. People do not have a relationship with God. I'm going to give y'all this verse in James. Hold up. I have it over here. James 1:17. It says, in the New Living Translation, it says, whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God, our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. So that right there, that verse tells us all good and perfect things comes from God. So you were sent to a lot of people, right? You were sent to people who, who self-sabotaged that relationship, and now they're trying to come back or whatever, right? But the thing is, these people don't have God within them. They don't have a relationship with God, so they don't know what good is. They don't know what the things of God is. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm kind of, everywhere with this topic, but it's just the basis of them not having a relationship, one, and two, they're not healed, they're broken, right? So if they're broken, they cannot see things in a clear vision. They cannot see things in a clear way. So let me put it like this, right? Let's just put it like this, right? You're in a class setting, right? You're about to take a test. So you're trying to take this test, but you didn't study for the test, right? So now that you didn't study for the test, your mind is kind of like all over the place. Your mind is like, dang, like I didn't study for this test. Like, you use all that time to, do whatever you was doing, playing games on your computer or on your laptop or on your Xbox. You use that time to, goof off and, not take that test seriously. And let's just say that this test is like a serious test that you really need to go into the next grade. So you didn't study for this test, therefore you're going to fail. So you self-sabotage by doing what? You self-sabotage by playing those video games, by goofing off, by doing things that you weren't supposed to do. Basically not using that time to, study and take this test seriously. During this time that you were using to goof off and all of that, you were blindsided by the fact that there were difficult questions that you had to study for. You were blindsided at the fact that you thought you would pass this test with just, you just thought that you would pass this test, but then come to find out, this test is harder than you would expect, right? Because it's an end of the year test, right? It's basically all that you learn. So of course you're going to forget some of the things that you learned in the beginning. So you had to take this test seriously, but you didn't. And that's basically what I'm trying to insinuate, that people don't take things seriously when it comes to good people or good things that God sends them, right? They want this so bad. They crave this so bad, but they didn't do the work, right? They didn't study. Let's compare it, like studying would be the good thing that this person was supposed to do, right? But they didn't do it. Let's compare that to people who self-sabotage. Let's compare that to people who self-sabotage things and, all of that. They didn't expect you to be this real person. They just expected you to be a person, somebody who's going to come in and come out, basically, right? Because that's how a lot of people, especially in this generation, is seeing things. You're like one step in the door and one step out. They look at it like, okay, this person is going to be here, but not for long. They don't expect anything to be different in that sense. But, God hears all of our prayers, right? And he really wants to put others to the test to see if they're really eligible for what it is that they're asking for, what they're praying for. But a lot of people self-sabotage because they haven't done the work. They have not studied how to, heal from their past traumas and brokenness, right? They have not done the work to gain things from a good person, right? Because they're so used to being broken. They're so used to this. They're so used to that, right? So my point here is that a lot of people self-sabotage with good people, right? Because one, they're not used to it. Two, they just think, oh, when you're a good person, you let something slide, right? But you don't, if you're in God and all of that, you don't let things slide just like that, right? So they're not expecting things to be different. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're really not expecting things to be different. They're expecting you to be like anybody else. They're not expecting you to be someone who's different, someone who's set apart. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're expecting the regular. Oh, Lord Jesus, I said something. They're expecting the regular, and you are not regular. You're not a regular person. Not to say that you're better or, you're above or you're perfect, but it's just more so to say that you're just different. You speak life into people. You bring that energy to people. You bring a different energy to people where people wanna, they have a motive in life because of you. Because you're speaking life into them. Because you're speaking life into their spirit, into their soul, into their mind, into their hearts and things of that nature. Because you're bringing that light. But like I'm saying, some people are not used to this. Some people are going to self-sabotage because they are not used to you or the qualities that you bring to the table. They're not used to it. They're used to disappointments. They're used to brokenness. They're used to trauma. They're used to toxicity. You get what I'm saying? So someone who is not healed, someone who still has that speck in their eyes, and it's not wiped off, is gonna look at you and like I said, think you're just a regular person, think you're just like the others. That's where they go wrong, is that they think that you're like the others. That's where they go wrong. I really had this question for God. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't want to seem like I'm perfect or nothing, but for the most part, I'm really good to everyone. Like, I'm really nice. I'm very, not talkative, but, if you speak to me, I'll speak to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm very nice. I know how to chat with people. And I know how to speak life into people and help people in the phases that they're at, right? And I was genuinely asking God, why do people do me like so wrong? Like, and it's not a point of being a victim, right? It's just I genuinely had this question, because for so long I just been, trying to, dim my light and help people out here, help people become a better version of themselves and things of that nature. But it seems to be like they either get jealous, they either get envious, they either, call you out in a sense where it's just like you're not even that type of person, or, things of that nature. They just go off on you or get mad at you or something like that, right? And God was telling me it's because a good thing comes through me. And if they're not in me, they're not going to see it for what it is. Oh, Lord Jesus. They're not going to see it for what it is. A lot of people have to not be in your presence in order to understand who you are, in order to understand what value you have brought to the table, in order to understand who you are as a person, in order to understand what God has really blessed them with. What God has really helped them with within you coming to them. Within you having that relationship with them, within you having that friendship with them, within you helping them, right? You're going to have to, remove yourself. And it's sad that it has to be this way, right? But, you're going to have to be removed from their presence in order to understand, in order for them to understand the value that your presence brought. You're going to have to be absent within God, trying to make them see what he really blessed them with. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the times, like I'm saying right now, it takes people to be away from you to understand the value and the valuable person that you are, right? That's basically what God was telling me. I literally made a whole video about this, which I'm going to upload maybe after this, probably before it, but it's going to be uploaded. And I was just saying, you have done so much for a lot of people as to where, you spoke life to them. You prayed for them. You fasted for them. You did a lot of things for them. And they couldn't see it there and then. But when you remove yourself from the picture, when you remove yourself, period, they're going to see that light that you brought in their darkness. They're going to see that, life that you brought in their lifeless spirit. When they were at a vulnerable moment, when they were at a moment where they were lifeless. You get what I'm saying? Like, where they were desperate, where they were depressed, where they were sad, anxious, angry, all of those stages. Like I'm saying, it's gonna take for your absence to show them what your presence brought into their lives. And this is why a lot of people might be hitting you up, trying to make time go by like nothing ever happened, or, trying to just come back into your life, period, to, gain that life back into them. Gain whatever you have brought or whatever they have benefited back into them from you, because the source was God and God was in you. Get what I'm saying? And this is why, like I'm saying, a lot of people cannot handle a good thing. They can't handle it. So guess what? They're gonna do everything in their power to self-sabotage, because guess what? They're dealing with demons. They're dealing with trauma. They're dealing with broken hearts. They're dealing with things that they still haven't resolved. Therefore, they cannot go to the next level. They cannot go to that next level that God is trying to bring them to by bringing you into their life. You know, some people want to stay stagnant. Some people want to stay in their miserability, right? Some people do not want to grow. A lot of people don't want to grow. A lot of people don't want to do the work. A lot of people just want to stay in their comfortability, which is toxicity, which is wherever they're at, right? And whenever they come around you or whenever they see you, it's like a challenge to them in a sense. It's like they feel like you're challenging them or something. But that's not the case. It's just a good thing from God that, you know, they're blindsided to, that the speck in their eyes cannot see, because the speck is still there. And until they, you know, decide to do the work and understand and grow, not just mentally, emotionally, but spiritually, then they'll see it for what it is. But until then, they're not going to see it. And like I'm saying, they're actually going to start seeing it when you're not in their lives. This is why a lot of the times you need to remove yourself. You need to remove yourself from that equation, because you got to show people. And it's not just to even prove a point, but it's to prove a point to yourself. Like, hey, I've been a good person. I made sure I was a good person. I did A, B, C, D. I know I'm not a bad person. So then you can move on with that peace. Because guess what? If they can't see it, God is going to bring people into your lives who can see it instantly. And guess what? When you're around other people who pray for you, who speak life into you, who are about the kingdom's business, who are rolling with God, y'all are going to be unstoppable. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship, friendship, whatever. It's going to be unstoppable. So for now, y'all, do the work. Know who you are. And know that who you are is your power. And you can go with that in peace. You don't have to be wondering like, oh, did I do this person wrong? Did I do this person dirty? This, that, and the third. Because that's exactly how they want to make you feel. You get what I'm saying? That's exactly how people want to make you feel. But when you know who you are, and when you have that confidence, that Godfidence, that's what I like to call it. Godfidence, right? Because your confidence comes from God. When you have that Godfidence, you already know. You don't have to beg people. You don't have to be desperate for people. You don't have to do none of that. Because you know God is coming around the corner to bless you or show you something or, elevate you in that sense. So y'all, keep going and know that time doesn't stop for nobody. Your feelings doesn't stop for nobody. You just got to keep going. Whether people see you for who you are or not, eventually time will tell who you are. Because guess what? God is going to always show the truth. The truth always reveals. The truth always shines in the light. And the truth is that you are a good person and that you have been a good person to people. But it's up to others, because others have choices, right? Especially as adults, we have choices, right? It's up to others to see that and to know that and to appreciate that. Not take it for granted, not, You get what I'm saying? Not self-sabotaging. But yeah, y'all, that's really all I have for today. Like I always say, read your Bible, study the word, spend time with God, because us prophets, we're just here with another word and whatever the case may be. And like I always say, stay real, be real, because once you are the realist, you cannot go back to the lies. So I'm going to catch y'all until next time. Bye.